Jai Jinendra Pranam. So today is our 8th class of Tirthankar Charitra, and I will start with a Manglacharan. Namo Ariyantaram, Namo Siddharam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vajayanam, Namo Loe Savvasahunam, Eso Pancha Namukkaro Savva Pava Panasano, Manglarancha Savvesim Paramam Havai Mangalam. रागद्वेष विजेतारं ज्ञातारं विश्ववस्तुना शक्रपूज्य गिरामे सम तीर्थे संस्कृतिमानये पन्नगे च सुरेन्द्रे च कौशिके पादसंस्कृते निर्विशेष मनस्काय श्रीवीर स्वामिने नमः. So, in the last class, I know we had some gap last couple of weeks. So, in the last class, we were discussing about the seven Narkavas. So, we saw that there are, we started our discussion with the Jeev Vichar, and we saw that the Panchendriya Jeevs have got 535 classifications. And in the first few classes, we saw the 198 classifications of Devs in the Devlok, and after that, we started our discussion with the 14 classifications of Jeeves of Narkis. So in this class, we'll continue with our discussion about the seven Narkavas. We'll see some structure of how the seven Narkavas are constructed, or where they are located. And we'll see some more details about the seven Narkavas. So we have got, if you remember the names, there are seven Naraks from Ratna Prabha, Sharkara Prabha, Valuka Prabha, Panka Prabha, Dhum Prabha, Tama Prabha, and Mahatama Prabha. So in the last couple of classes, we saw that the pain and the sufferings, it increases from first to seventh Narak. That means the Jeev of the seventh Narak has got the maximum amount of pain. And we also saw the height of the Jeev, the Jeevs of Narkis, it also increases from the first to seventh Narak. And also the Ayushya. The Ayushya also increases from the first to seventh Narak. The minimum Ayushya of the Jeevs of Narkis in the first Narak is 10,000 years, and the maximum Ayushya of the Jeevs of Narkis in the seventh Narak is 33 Sagaropams. So we saw that the seven Narkavas, the thickness of the seven Narkavas, it decreases. So the first Narak, Ratnaprabha Narak, is 180,000 yojans thick, and then the last Narak is 108,000 yojans thick. So thickness of the Narak decreases as you go down, but the diameter of the Narkavas increases as you go down. Now, in the last class, we were discussing about the structure of each of these naraks. And we saw that each of these naraks is divided into pratars and antras. Now, pratars are the places where the Jews of Narkis are born. So pratars are the bhumis where the Jews of Narkis are born. And the antras are the bhumis where the Devlok, the Bhuvanpati or the Asur Kumar Devta, they live, or Parmadhamis Devta, they live in the antras. So the first Ratnaprabha Narak, we saw there are 13 pratars, second 11 pratars, third Narak we have got 9 pratars, and so on and so forth. So number of pratar, it decreases from 13 pratars to 1 pratar in the 7th Narak. And we saw the height of each of these pratars is 3000 yojans. So height remains same for each of the pratars in the 7 Narkavas. So let's briefly revise what we discussed in our last class, and then we'll continue forward. So in the last class, we were discussing about the appearance of the seven Naraks. And we saw the first Narak, Ratnaprabha Narak, is divided into 3 khands. The first khand, it is 16,000 yojans, and it is known as Khar Khand. And this Khar Khand is made up of various type of precious stones. And therefore, it is known as Ratnaprabha. The second khand is known as Jal Bahul Khand or Bahul Khand. It is made of mud. And the third khand is known as Jal Bahul Khand, and it's made up of water. This is the first Narak. The second Narak, it is made up of abundance of stone, and therefore it's known as Sharkara Prabha. The third Narak, it is made up of sand, and therefore it's known as Valuka Prabha. The fourth Narak, it's made of mud. There's abundance of mud on the surface, and therefore it's known as Panka Prabha. The fifth Narak is known as Dhum Prabha because it's made up of dense fog or smog. The sixth Narak is known as Tama Prabha. Tama means darkness. So there is darkness in the sixth Narak. And seventh Narak is known as Mahatama Prabha. There is absolute darkness in the seventh Narak that the Jews of Narkis cannot see even their own body. After that, we also discussed some of the appearance of the seven naraks, and we saw that the appearance is usually very, very disturbing and very frightening and very dreadful. There is darkness from first to seventh narak, and this darkness goes on increasing. The touch is extremely sharp. It is more sharper than the sword, and we also saw that it can be either be hot or it can be cold. And the smell in each of these seven naraks is extremely bad. If a manushya from this Bharat Kshetra goes into this one of these naraks, then his head will basically break down because of the intense smell. The taste is also extremely bitter. And the Jews of Narkis, we saw they suffer from three kinds of pains. They suffer from the Kshetragna pain, that is pain because of environmental and geographical conditions. Then they suffer from the Parmadhamikrut pain, and they suffer from the Anyakrut pain. The Parmadhamikrut pain is only up till the third Narak. And the Anyakrut pain is the pain where they fight against with each other, and it exists in all the seven Naraks. So in the last class, we saw that what is not in the Narak. So in Narak, there is nothing. The Narak, there is no seas, there is no mountains, there is no vegetation, there is no plants, there is no Beindriya, no Teindriya, Chaurindriya, or not even a Tiryanch Panchindriya. So nothing exists in these seven Naraks. Then we also saw some more details about the Kshetragna pain. And we saw the Jeeves of Narkis in the first three Narak, they only suffer from the hot climatic conditions. The Jeev of the fourth Narak, Pankaprabha, they have got both hot and cold. So some pratars have got hot climatic conditions and some pratars have cold climatic conditions. And the pratars with the hot climatic conditions are more than cold climatic conditions in the fourth Narak. In the fifth Narak, uh, again, the Jeev suffers from both hot and cold conditions, but the pratars with the cold climate conditions are more than hot climate conditions. The sixth Narak, there is only cold climate conditions, and the seventh Narak is extreme coldness. And in Shastra, it is said the pains from the cold conditions is usually more than the pains from the hot conditions. Then we saw the Jeeves of Narkes, they have got what we call as Vaikriya Sarir, and they have got a Labdhi known as Uttar Vaikriya Sarir. So they can create another body. They can convert the structure or the form of their own body, and at the same time, they can also create another body known as Uttar Vaikriya Sarir. And the form they usually take is that of spear or sword or something, and extremely sharp, and then they fight against the Jeeves of other Narkis. Now, this is only true for first to fifth Narak. In the sixth and seventh Narak, it is little different. The Jeeves of sixth and seventh Narak, they do not have this Uttar Vaikriya Labdhi, but what they can do is they create extremely small iron particles. It's pointed iron particles that are microscopic in size. And these thousands and millions of iron particles, they enter the other Narki Jeeves and it destroys from inside out. So that is what happens in the sixth and seventh Narak. Then we were discussing about what Jeev can go up till which Narak. So we saw the Asangni Panchindriya Jeev. There is a Panchindriya Jeev without the mind. That is some kind of water snakes and some kind of birds. They are without the mind. They can go up till the maximum first Narak. Then the animals less violent animals like monkeys, lizards, squirrels, they can go up till the second Narak. The birds can go up till the third Narak. The violent animals like lions, they can go up till the fourth Narak. The reptiles, that is snakes and pythons and so on and so forth, crocodiles, they can go up till the fifth Narak. Women can go up till sixth Narak. And the males, they can go up till the seventh Narak. Males and fishes. So there is Tandulia Machla that can go up till the seventh Narak. Then we also saw there are two types of Jeeves in the Narkis. There is Samyak Drashti Jeev and Mithya Drashti Jeev. So जिसका आयुष्य कर्म पहले बंद हो गया हो before achieving Samyak Darshan, they can retain the Samyak Darshan while they are in Narak. For example, Krishna Maharaja, for example, Shrenik Maharaja, they are all Shaik Samyak Drashti Jeeves. उनका आयुष्य कर्म का बंध पहले हो गया. So such kind of Jeeves, they are in Sublesia, and they think that this Narak is because of the pap karma they did in the previous life. They recollect the pap because of their Audhignan, and they accept this as punishment, और वो शुभ भाव में इसको सहन करते हैं. On the other hand, the Mithya Drashti Jeeves, they are always constantly fighting against each other and causing pains to other Jeeves of Narkis. Then the last class, we were talking about the six Lashyas. I won't go into the details, but we saw there are three Sublashyas and three Asublashyas. And we saw the Krishna, Nil, and Kapot, they are Asublashyas. Um, and so here one thing to understand is one of the important questions जो हमको आता है कि कौन से जीव कौन से नरक को जाते हैं, right? So people who are जिनका आयुष्य कर्म का बंध जब कृष्ण लेशा चल रहा हो तब उनका आयुष्य कर्म का बंध दे विल गो टू फिफ्थ सिक्स्थ और सेवंथ नरक. Okay, so extremely violent thoughts, extremely violent thinking, those kinds of jeeves will go in the fifth, sixth, and seventh narak. The jeeves with nil lesha, the less violent kind of thoughts, will go into third, fourth, and fifth narak, and the jeeves with kapot lesha will go into first, second, and third narak. Now, here the thing to understand is once the jeev goes into narak, जो भी लेशिया से आयुष्य कर्म का बंध हुआ है वही लेशिया उदय में आती है. Okay, so whatever lesha was there during the bandh of Ayushya Karma, the same lesha comes into Uday. So, for example, a Jeev goes into first Narak because he has done Ayushya Karma bandh when he was having a Kapot lesha, and same Kapot lesha will come into Uday when the Jeev is in the first Narak, and that will remain for the whole lifespan. So for example, a Jeev goes to seventh Narak, the Krishna lesha will remain for 33 Sagropams. So Jeev will be in the same Krishna lesha, extremely violent thoughts for the whole 33 Sagropams. So isliye we have to always remain in the Subhlesha, and we have to avoid all the Asubhleshyas. So today's class will see further. We'll talk about some of the structures of the seven naraks. It is very interesting topic. I wanted to take this topic because it's very new for lots of people. So there are 84 lakh dwelling places in these seven naraks. And so the first narak we saw, there are 13 pratars, and these 13 pratars have 30 lakh dwelling places. The second narak has got 11 pratars, and these 11 pratars have 25 lakh dwelling places. The third narak we saw, it has got 9 pratars and it has got 15 lakh dwelling places. Similarly, fourth narak has got 7 pratars and it has got 10 lakh dwelling places. The fifth narak has got 5 pratars, it has got 3 lakh dwelling places. The sixth narak has 3 pratars and it has got 99,995 dwelling places. In the last, the seventh narak, it has only got 5 dwelling places. It has got just 1 pratar and it has got 5 dwelling places. So let's see how the dwelling places are constructed. So these dwelling places is basically the place where they are born. So these dwelling places, they are of 3 types. They are known as Indrak, Panktigat, and Pushpavakirna. Okay, there are 3 names. First is Indrak, second is Panktigat, and third is Pushpavakirna. So the centermost dwelling places, so dwelling places situated at the center of the Narak is known as Indrak. The dwelling places that are arranged in the forms of rows originating from Indrak, they are known as Panktigat. And the dwelling places, they are scattered randomly all throughout the Narkavas, they are known as Pushpavakirna. Now the Indrak dwelling place, it is round or spherical in shape. The Panktigat dwelling place is square or triangular in shape. And Pushpavakirna dwelling place is of various ugly shapes. And the thing to remember is all these dwelling places, they have got 3000 yojans height, but the length and breadth will vary. Okay. So let's see the structure of the first Narak. Okay. So here is the structure of the first Narkavas. So the centermost dwelling places, let me create a laser pointer here. So the first Narak is known as Ratnaprabha, and the centermost dwelling place here, it is known as Indrak. This Indrak is 45 lakh yojans. Okay, so this is extremely big. It is 45 lakh yojans, and one yojan is around 12 kilometers or 8 miles. And these all dwelling places arranged in the form of rows, they are known as Panktigat. Okay, so these are Panktigat, and all the dwelling places that are scattered, these small dots, they are known as Pushpavakirna. Okay, so this in the first Narak, there are 30 lakh dwelling places. Now, let's see the seventh Narak. It's very easier to understand the seventh Narak because seventh Narak has got just 5 dwelling places. So the centermost dwelling place is known as Apratishtan Narak. This Apratishtan Narak is basically Indrak. So Indrak in seventh Narak is known as Apratishthan, and it is 1 lakh yojan in diameter. And there are 4 Panktigat Naraks known as Kal, Mahakal, Raurav, and Maharaurav. Okay, and these 4 Panktigat, they are of Asankhya yojans. Okay, so this is the structure of the seventh Narak. So each of these dwelling places, they are separated. So if a jeev is born in one dwelling place, they cannot go into another dwelling place. So it's all separated, and that's why these are known as different dwelling places. Okay, so here is the complete table of different kinds of dwelling places in each of the Naraks. So first, Ratna Prabha Narak, there are 30 lakh dwelling places, and out of that, 29 lakh 95,567 are Puspava, and there are 1,453 Indraks, and there are 4,433 Panktigat. So similarly, you can look at the table, and the last, the seventh Narak, it has got 1 Indrak and 4 Panktigat. Then those are all triangular. So total, there are 5 dwelling places in the seventh Narak. Okay. So now another important facts about Narak is, one question that we usually get is, after from Narak, what gati does the Jeev obtain? What is the maximum gati, and what is the maximum gunasthanak a Jeev can obtain after coming out from Narak? So Shastra says, after coming out from Narak, the Jeev can only be born as a Garbhaj, Paryapt, Panchindriya Jeev. Okay, so Jeev can only be born as Garbhaj, Paryapt, and Panchindriya Jeev. They cannot be born as Aparyapt. They cannot be born as a Samurchim. They cannot be born even as Yuglik. They cannot be born in Devgati, and they cannot be born in Narakgati. So only place they are born is either Tiryanj or Manushya, and they have got all the 5 Paryaptis complete, and they are Garbhaj. Okay. Now the Jews coming out from all the 7 Naraks. So the Jews coming out from the 7th Narak, the last Narak, the maximum Gunasthanak they can obtain is the 4th, that is Samyak Darshan. They cannot obtain anything beyond the 4th Gunasthanak. The Jew coming out from the 6th Narak, they can obtain the Deshvirti Charitra. So they can obtain the 5th Gunasthanak. The Jew coming out from 5th Narak, they can obtain the Sarvavirti Charitra, that is the 6th Gunasthanak. The Jew coming from the first 4 Naraks can become a Kevali Bhagwant. The Jew coming out from the first 3 Naraks can become a Tirthankar Paramatma. For example, Shrenik Maharaja is in the first Narak, and Krishna Maharaja is in third Narak, and they both will become Tirthankar after coming out of the first and the third Narak. Jew coming out from the second Narak can become Baldev and Vasudev, but they cannot become Chakravarti. And Jew coming out from the first Narak can become Chakravarti. So this is the maximum what they can obtain after coming out from the Narak. Now, another important topic I wanted to cover in this session is Sanghayan and Sansan. So these are 2 very important concepts that everyone I feel has to know. So, and it relates to the Jeeves of Narkis. So let's see what is Sanghayan and what is Sansthan. So in our Shastra, there is what we call as Nam Karma, and there is what you call as Sanghayan Nam Karma. And this Sanghayan Nam Karma, it basically determines the strength of the body, how strong you are. And the strength of the body is determined by how the bones or joints are connected. Okay, so there are 6 types of Sanghayan Nam Karmas. The first is Vajra Rushab Narach Sanghayan. Second is Rushab Narach Sanghayan. Third is Narach Sanghayan. Fourth is Urdhva Narach. Fifth is Kilika. And sixth is Sevarth Sanghayan. So what is this Sanghayan? So to understand this Sanghayan, you have to understand the 3 terms. The first is Vajra. Vajra means nail. Okay, it is a kind of a bone nail. It is known as Vajra. Rushab is a bandage. And Naraj is a kind of twist known as Markat Bandh. So Naraj is basically a twisted bone. Okay, so there are 3 terms you have to understand. Vajra means nail, Rushab means bandage, and Naraj means a twisted bone. So first Sanghayan or the first Nam Karma is known as Vajra Rushab Naraj Sanghayan. So this is the extremely strong body. So all the 63 Salaka Purush Charitra, Purush, that is all the Tirthankar Paramatma, Bhardev, Vasudevs, and Chakravartis, and all the Kevali Bhagwans, they have got this kind of body. So they have got Vajra, Rushab, Naraj, Sangayan. So in this, the two bones are connected together in a twisted manner known as Markat Bandh. They are wrapped with a bandage and they are secured with a pin. So that is extremely strong connection between the joints, and that is known as Vajra Rushab Naraj. Okay. The second is Vajra Naraj. So in this, there is no bandage. So two bones are twisted and that they are connected together and they are secured with a pin and there is no bandage. So that is known as Vajra Naraj. The third is known as Narak Sangayan. In Narak Sangayan, there is only two interlocking twisted bones. There is no bandage or there is no pin. The fourth type of Nam Karma is Ardhanaraj. So in Ardhanaraj, the half side of the bone is twisted and the other half is connected with a pin. It's known as Ardhanaraj. The fifth is Kilika Sansthan, in which the two bones, they are not twisted, but they are connected with the pins. And the last is known as Sevart Sangayan. In Sevart Sangayan, the two bones are not connected at all. They are not touching each other, and they are separated by what you call as liquid or flesh and tissues. So all the humans now in the Avsarpini Kal, we all have the sixth Sangayan. So we have got the weakest type of body that is possible. Okay, in the first, second, and third and fourth ara, the Jews can have the first five types of Sangayan. But in the fifth and sixth ara, the Jews only have the sixth type of Sangayan. The second concept I wanted to go over is Sansthan. So there is Sangayan Nam Karma and there is a Sansthan Nam Karma. So what is Sansthan? Sansthan is basically the structure of the body, how symmetrical the body is, how balanced the body is, or how the unsymmetrical and unbalanced the body is. It's known as Sansthan Nam Karma. So there are six type of Sansthan Nam Karmas. So first type of Sansthan Nam Karma is known as Sam Chaturas Chaturstha Sansthan Karma. So again, all the 63 Salaka Purush, there is 24 Tirthankars, Vasudevs, Prativasudevs, Baldevs, they all have this Sam Chaturas Sansthan, and all the Keval Gnanis. So they all have Sam Chaturas Sansthan Karma. So in this karma, when a person is sitting in a Paryankasana, the distance from the right knee to the left shoulder, the distance from left knee to right shoulder, the distance between the two knees, and distance between the middle of the knees to the head, they are all same. So if we go to the previous slide, the distance from the left knee to the right shoulder, right knee to the left shoulder, distance between the center of the knees to the head, and distance between the two knees. So there are four measurements known as chaturas. So this is known as Sam Chaturas Sansthan, and this is extremely beautiful body. So it is extremely balanced body and extremely symmetrical body. And this type of body basically helps with the sadhana, with the kautsarg. They are able to do kautsarg for long periods of time because of the balanced body. Okay. So second time of Nam Karma is known as Nyai Parimandal Sansthan Karma. So in this type of Nam Karma, the body is short and asymmetrical below the navel, but it is symmetrical above the navel. Okay. The third type of karma is Swati Sansthan Karma. And in this type of karma, the body is symmetrical below the navel and it is asymmetrical in the upper part of the body. Then the fourth type of Nam Karma is known as Kubjak Karma. In this, the body is either hunch or it is extremely spread out in the middle portion. So it's not a balanced body. The fifth type of Nam Karma is known as Vaman Karma, in which the person is usually born as a dwarf or as a short body, in which the head, neck, hands, and legs are having proper features, but the chest and stomach, they are lacking proper features. Okay, so that is Vaman Karma. And last is Hundak Nam Karma, that is extremely ugly and irregular and asymmetrical body. Now, this information is very useful because one of the questions is which type of jeeves can go to which type of gatis. Okay, so we have got six type of sangayans, right? The sangayans is the strength of the body. So as there is increase in sangayan, so from first to second to third to the sixth sangayan, there is decrease in virya. So virya is the physical and the mental strength. So as the Sanghayan number increases, there is decrease in your physical and mental strength. And therefore, the Jews with the higher Sanghayan, they have got less strength to commit both Pap and Punya karma. Okay. And even the Nirjara. So therefore, the Jews of first Sanghayan, that is Vajra, Rushabh, Narad, Sanghayan, they can go to the moksha in the same bhav because they can do nirjara of all the karmas, and they can also go to the seventh narak because they can do the pap with extremely high intensity, both physical and mental. So therefore, the only the Jews of first Sanghayan go to the moksha in the same bhav or go to the seventh narak. All the other Jews, they cannot go to the moksha or the seventh narak. Then similarly, the people with the second Sanghayan, they can go till the 12th Devlok and go up till the maximum 6th Narak. The Jews with the third Sanghayan, they can go up till the 10th Devlok and then go up till the maximum 5th Narak. The Jews with the fourth Sanghayan, they can go up till the 8th Devlok and 4th Narak. Jews with the fifth Sanghayan can go up till the 6th Devlok and 3rd Narak. And all the other Jews like us, in this Avsarpini Kal, we have got the 6th Sanghayan, we have got the weakest body, and the maximum we can go is the 4th Devlok. So right now, the maximum we can go is the 4th, that is Mahendra Devlok, and the maximum Narak we can go is the 2nd Narak. We cannot go beyond 2nd Narak because we don't have the physical and mental strength to commit extremely pap with extremely high ras or intensity. Okay. So this was some of the important information I wanted to say about Narak. So now we'll start with the our Tirthankar Charitra. There is a lot more information to share about Narak. We'll continue with our discussion about Narak.